What's up, guys? Welcome. Sorry for the stream starting a few minutes late. I was having audio troubles, apparently. So, yeah, we good. Fix the audio troubles. Thanks for joining me. Shout out to BingX, obviously, for sponsoring the weekly live stream. We love that. I do have $500 worth of bonuses to give away today on stream. So, I'm going to let's do 5 $100 trading bonuses, okay? So, if you have a BingX account, you just need to share your user ID later on when I ask for it. If you don't have an account, you can make one in the link below or on the pinned tweet on my Twitter pinned tweet. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, BingX is awesome, you guys. If you don't use them, you should definitely check them out. No VPN. They have a mobile app. If you are using BingX and you don't realize that they have a mobile app for iOS, for Apple, they do. You just have to do it through a test flight app. So if you actually just go to Twitter and type in, what is it? Just type in @Nebraskan Gooner on the search and then test flight. You'll actually be able to see the steps to go and add the BingX app onto your iPhone. Yeah, I use BingX in the USA. I like them I don't like using them for more than like for huge positions. Like the max I'll do on Bitcoin is 500K. And usually I do it in two parts. I'll do a 250K and a 250K. Because the liquidity there is good, but it's not as good for like 7-figure positions. So if I'm going to do like, usually I'll stick to like 250K positions maximum on BingX, but I mean it's great for low time frame scalping. It's probably the best exchange for low time frame scalping in my opinion that I use anyway. And the fees are dirt cheap, so that's why I use it. So if you guys want to check it out, what the hell is wrong with some of these comments, man? Okay, but yeah, so let's look at some charts. CHG's been a popular CHZ. Did I say CHG? CHZ's been a popular one lately. I mean, big breakout. I mean, this is just some wild price action, you guys. This is crazy. Crazy. If you bought at support, you're feeling good. You're not feeling good if you bought at support and then sold on the way down. But this, crypto's just always wild. Somebody said, I got kicked off BitGet because they don't support U.S. customers. Is that a new rule? I mean, I was told that you could... I don't know. I was told that I could still use BitGet if I want to, that they just had to put a disclaimer there, but it doesn't change the usability. I just have to click I understand, and then I can still use the exchange. So that's what I was told. Do with that info what you want. But yeah, that's what I was told about BitGet. So I haven't had any issues using it. Yeah, BitGet is nice too. I haven't heard of anyone getting kicked off of BingX for US, but usually you could just sign up with an email address, and if you sign up with your phone number from the US, then you're gonna get pinged, I guess. I don't know. I just signed up with email. Anyway, so yeah, I'll do some giveaways so make sure you have your user ID ready for BingX in case I ask for it, because I will give away some trading bonuses for that. But anyway, let's look at whatever this is called, CHZ, because we potentially have a little short opportunity here. Basically, we've got this high volume candle here. All right, so we've got a high volume candle here, and this is kind of a FOMO candle, right? Like, look, we've got a large shadow, large upper wick. You could call it a shadow or a wick, whatever you want to call it, which is about the same size as the rest of the candle body itself. It's pretty much exactly the same size, so that shows me that momentum is stalling a little bit, and we saw that here as well, and it played off for a small little drop, right? But now we haven't really seen that much since here, but it didn't show any signs of rejection, and now we're seeing our first potential sign of rejection, and we have a close below that level. So here we would have been watching for a close below, and there was none, right? No close below, and now we see that we have this close below. And it could honestly depend on what Bitcoin does here. But we have this breakdown, pretty decent volume. This is actually the highest sell volume we have locally that we can see. So that's telling me that there could be a possible shift in momentum. So for me personally, I would expect at least a pullback to this support to like 24.75. Okay, so if I entered a short here, that would give me, a 2%, 2.5% move. So that's not terrible. I can make a few bucks on that, right? at 5x, that would be, you know, like a 10% profit or whatever. So anyway, so that's kind of what I would be looking at here. Could go to lower time frames and really see. We could see that we have some really high rejection volume here locally. Okay, so as long as this holds, and I would basically could probably set this up, and I don't like leverage trading altcoins very much, you guys. They're kind of just not as clean as some other assets. But if I set this up, this is probably how I would look at this here. So 1% risk, 2.5% reward. Could it potentially go lower? Yeah, we'd have to look at a little bit higher time frames to see how low that could go. But yeah, so that's kind of what I'm looking at here. We've got high volume here, so we really don't want to see, if you're shorting this, you wouldn't want to see this flip because this is some high volume. And if we flip above this high volume area here, we're going to see a nice little pop just because of all the volume being down here. There'd be some open air above. So what you'd hope to see is an immediate rejection and a nice little follow through down to that 24 level that I just talked about. All right. So that's kind of what I'm seeing on CHZ here. BingX is bottomed out a little bit here, so it kind of makes it a risky short. But it is showing downside momentum on some other time frames. We have a lot of bearish divergences up here on some of these lower time frames too. Like you could see here, if I would have shorted up here, that would have been a great opportunity. And we have this 5-minute OBV bearish divergence here. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at CHG. Consider a potential pullback here. Okay, so if you're looking to, you would either, and the thing here is you don't have to take a trade, right? You don't always have to be in a position. We don't have to take trades if they aren't necessarily there. You're definitely, this is not a long opportunity. So even if this bounced, there's nothing on here that says I should long this. So if I wanted to long it, I'd have to just either wait for lower or sit out. So I'd either be looking for shorts here or nothing at all. And that's kind of the key here, you guys. When you look for trades, you don't want to force a trade that you want to be there. So right now, this is flashing signs for potential short or sit out. Okay, that's the only two options right now per my trading rules, per my strategies. That's the only thing I could do. Glad, yay. Somebody said, thanks for your content. I'm learning a lot. I'm really happy to hear that, you guys. That's literally my goal of being on Twitter, is to post as much content for you guys as possible and as much free content as I can as well. I charge very minimally for anything that I do that's not free, which is, you know, I offer way more free stuff than not. So anyway, yeah, so that's CHG, you guys. And there's really nothing else to say about that right now. Let's look at, somebody wanted to look at DXY. So monthly actually looks like crap, you guys. All right. So we have this very large sell-off candle here. And we're actually back below this key level. So this could actually be a top here on DXY. And we'd have to consider a little bounce. And then I would say maybe we go to this next support area right here. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here, is actually potentially topping out on DXY. Yeah, smash the likes button, you guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, hit the thumbs up. I appreciate that. But this definitely could be a top here. So we'll go to the monthly chart, which obviously there's still about 2 weeks left till close. We're a little over halfway through the month. So this could change, and this could wick all the way up here and be mega bullish, right? But for now, it's not looking so hot. So we go to the weekly chart. Okay, so weekly is big breakdown here and big breakdown. So big trend breakdown here after 1, 2, 3, 4. On the 5th touch, it finally broke down, okay? And remember, the more times a trend line touches, the more likely it is to break down on the next touch, right? So we have this massive, significant breakdown below the uptrend and below the EMAs. That's not a good sign. Then we look at BingX, and it's saying, oh, shit, we have a sell approaching, which we haven't seen since 2015. So we had bear divs here, which sent us a little bit lower. We had bull divs here, which sent us higher. And now we have our first sell approaching alert in literally years. So you can see what happened last time is it didn't give us too much of a pullback. We dropped a little bit after the alert. Okay. And of course we did this dead cat bounce, which actually probably would have lined up with BingX Fibonacci levels, which I won't get too into crazy right now. But we do get we can get this bull trap here when we see that alert. So technically we could get a bull trap here. I don't see that happening with this in this scenario. This makes more sense that we got it here. But anyway, so basically you could see here though, we got the alert in 2015 and it didn't bottom out until 2018. So it took 3 years for it to bottom out and bounce after that alert was given. So that's pretty significant, right? So we could see some bounce here, okay? And really, if I take my Fibonacci level here, we'll just go from the top down, and we'd say it could bounce as high as 112. Honestly, that seems... I actually more like to put my... I'm going to put my fib on this impulse down here. And I'm going to say that 111 is as high as we go. But honestly, I would be surprised if we pretty much went any higher than like 109 or 110. Like this is as high as I would expect us to go. Now, if we did reclaim this strong, we could flip that and then we could go to 115, which would be a potential top. Okay. So anyway, worth monitoring here. This could bounce anytime you get the sell approaching signal. A lot of times we do bounce. You can see here on Bitcoin, we did bounce after the alert, and then that was the dead cat bounce that sent us lower. And that was actually our bull trap Fibonacci level 2, and it played out to perfection. So TopGoodX said we, sell approaching, so it basically says sell the bounce, and bam, that's what happened. So, yeah. And now our little fun fractal here, which we never trade off fractals, right? But our little fun fractal is playing really well here. Like, look at this. This is actually ridiculous. I haven't looked at this in a minute. Look at this little consolidation. It matches perfectly. That's scary, you guys. I mean, even like this little pop-up here we got, and then we just missed out. I mean, if they would announce the FTX news, a month later, it would have played out perfectly, right? But like, look how close this fractal has played out. We even got this little drop here, then we got a little bounce here, and then we sold off. So it's pretty crazy. But now, I mean, we even like dropped to the level that like this lines up with this level too. So it's really crazy. So, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if we dropped lower here, right? So pretty wild stuff. I'm wondering why trend breakouts and breakdowns work. Wouldn't market maker trap you in those zones and wreck you? They could try to, but if the rest of the market recognizes something, that's the problem is when the rest of the market recognizes something, they're going to sell, right? Like if anybody's in a long, all right, let's just say this is like a classical setup or whatever. If I'm in a long here and it bounces and then it breaks down here, I'm going to go, okay, I need to close this long, or I'm going to get stopped out when it sells through here. And then if a lot of stop losses get hit, that's when you see these cascades sometimes. So, when the whole market sees something, you'll see price move in that direction, because if you have thousands of traders or thousands of investors watching an asset that breaks a downtrend, then they're going to buy because it broke the downtrend. So we're going to say, okay, this looks like a bullish chart, I'm going to buy. And then this other guy says, well, that looks bullish, I'm going to buy. And then he tells his friend to buy. And then, other people start to see this chart, and now it's up 5 or 10% on the week or on the day or whatever. And then more people are taking notice because they have they're using trackers or something that's showing biggest gainers or whatever, because anything that gets big gainers, it starts to get talked about. So that's kind of how the market works. Can we talk about, so I sold my CFMS this morning, and it's up like another 10% from where I sold. 6%, 5%. Okay, so I sold this before live stream just because I didn't want to have to monitor it necessarily. But wow, look at this play, you guys. This thing is popping. I got in at like 146, and it's up almost 50% now. So what happened here is it looks like it's breaking a parabola too. Let's look at IQ real quick, because we're going to show you a good example of an inverse parabola break. And I actually do have a video on these. Where's IQ? Where's my IQ? Haha, 0. Just kidding. Okay, so look at this inverse parabola break, and I'm really bummed I didn't have any alerts set for this, because you can see here we've got this breakout, and then it retests this support here, which would have been a good entry, and it bounced 50% from that breakout. And honestly, it should, usually parabolas, when they break, they go about 80%. So we could expect this to go, and so here's a good point. When you get these big breakouts, the 0.382 is always my key first target area. So that's going to be my key area, and that's where I'm always, almost 99% of the time, I'm going to probably take some profit there, okay? You can see that, how well that hit. That's where a lot of other people are taking profit too. But when parabolas break, a lot of times they retrace 80%. Now, not every time, but a lot of times they retrace 80%, which would be up here, okay? And a lot of times the 0.382 move is pretty quick, and then after that, it kind of slows down. So that's also why I like the 0.382 fib levels, because usually I get my gains a lot faster. You could see here how well my fibs held. It broke, hit the 0.236, rejected, and now to the 0.382. And that's really high percentage likelihood that the 0.382 hits on these breakdowns, okay, or breakouts, whatever. So now, if we go to CFMS, we're seeing something similar, and this thing's just taken off. And I probably could have held this, but again, I was going on live stream, and I didn't want to have to monitor this too much. But anyway, and the hard part is too is these charts. The chart here is delayed, so I actually have to look on my phone to Robinhood to see a real time price, because right now it says 216 on the chart. But let me see if I go to my phone. It is 213. So it updates faster on Robinhood as well. It updates live on here. It's a little delayed. So sometimes this could say 213 and it could actually be like 190 right now. So anyway, so this is a really good example of an inverse parabola breakdown. And I'm going to say the parabola started here, okay? Because it didn't really start right there. Anyway, that was kind of sideways. So it started there. So let's go from here to here. So you can see this thing has a lot of damn room to run. I mean, I really like 315. I would not be surprised if this thing hits $4 eventually. So maybe I should have held. I'm not going to be mad, you guys. I made like a 32% profit in this in like a week. Because I was holding a small position for the last couple weeks. And then yesterday, I doubled down and I doubled down and then I sold half of my double down up like 5% just because risk management, I guess. But look here, you guys. So this is a really great play just in general. You're going to see here that price drops here and we have a bullish divergence. We have a double bottom on OBV, which is beautiful, right? Price drops, OBV holds as a double bottom, and it bounces really hard. But even if I didn't get in yesterday, I could have gotten in today on the open, because look at this like little deviation here. We have some decent sell volume immediately bought back on higher buy volume, and that's almost always going to lead to a momentum boost. So immediately I'm like happy holding my position overnight, right? But not only that, if I go down to the 4-hour chart, we actually had a morning star, okay? And this is a bullish pattern. So we have sell-off, and it's pretty low volume sell-off, and then we have buyback. We close above this sell-off, retest, and that's when we take off. So this is where I doubled down, was right here at 146 on that retest, okay? So I went small because I was basically knife catching because there's no bottom here. So I went small over here last week, and then it dumped, and I was like, well, I'm small in here. I'm going to keep holding. Let's see what happens. It recovered, and then I doubled down right here. And then when it popped a little bit, at the end of the day, I closed half of my double down just to be, good risk management. And then today I closed at right about $2. So anyway, so that's how I played that, you guys. These are that was a beautiful setup for a quick, what'd I say, like 30-some% pop. So almost a 50% pop. Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have sold half my double down now, but you can always wish something after the fact. But anyway, so let's check on CHZ, see if it's rejecting yet. Kind of just going sideways, it looks like. So yeah, I mean, if you're in a CHZ short, you basically need to put a stop loss up here now, and you're going to need some immediate downside. Now you can see the volume is still with sellers. Sellers are still selling here. There's not really any buying volume over here. So momentum looks like it's with the sellers right now, but you need to see some follow through immediately, or else this is going to retest the highs. Have I looked at World Cup, friends? Yeah, I did, but I don't have any anymore. I don't even know what it's at. Let's see. I'm just curious now. We'll get to more charts here in a second, you guys. I'm just hope you guys like that education piece though. Let's see, what's World Cup friends doing? I sold this already. I think I made like, it sucks. I was up like 150, 200%. I think I only made like 60 or 70% on this. This is okay. This thing's dead. I would definitely not buy this now. So yeah, I made like 80%, I think. So solid. I sold on the way down, not on the way up. But yeah, I mean, this looks dead. There's no reason I would buy this now. And a lot of times, you guys, that's a sell the news event, and people are like, "Oh, well, I'll hold until the World Cup," and it's like, well, everyone front runs you, and people start selling before the event. Like, that's probably what happened. So no, Bitcoin is about to pump. Good. Doesn't look great though. I mean, we have a breakdown here. So if you want to be bullish on Bitcoin, just wait for this break back above. We have a little tweezer top here. We have a local breakdown. I mean, we're just sideways. I'm honestly wouldn't be trading Bitcoin right now in the sideways crap, but we do have a trend breakdown here, as you can see. Local trend line breakdown, just barely. And it's trying to retest and go lower. High volume breakdown right now, but again, mostly just choppy, you guys. Sol is one that you could just keep shorting the piss out of. You know, and I would go small if I'm trying to short Sol. And my point in my Telegram was basically like, let me just find what I said, because it'll be easier if I'll just basically read you guys what I said. Oh, actually, I'll just post it in here. I made a really good point in Telegram about shorting Sol, and I want to translate it properly. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Is Apple dropping yet? No, it's back up. I closed my short on Apple at support this morning, but I wasn't sure what it was going to do. Okay, here's what I said about Sol. Let me get this to a readable size. Actually, screw it. I'll just read it right here. Okay, Sol is probably one of the more favorable coins to short for a couple reasons. One, you can go small and still make big gains if it nukes. Two, if you go small with a tight stop loss and you're wrong, you can just probably try again on the bounce and be right the next time. And case in point, I actually tried to short Sol here, and it went higher, and I got stopped out, and then I shorted here and closed at like just under $13. So, and actually, don't think it went below $13 on Binance. Oh yeah, it did, $12.93. So, and it was a little bit lower on BitGet where I was shorting it. So, anyway. Yeah, but you can see, like, who's buying this? Why is anybody buying Sol? So if you just keep shorting the bounces, not only that, it literally rejected here at retest of the local lows. Like, it bounced here, broke lower, retested, and it's going lower. And very likely this is going to just be a little bounce and then nuke. Okay, that's the likelihood. That's what's most likely to happen. It doesn't mean it will happen. My dog's like snoring. Doesn't mean it will happen, but that's the most probable scenario here. So keep an eye on that. I personally have absolutely zero interest in longing Sol. Sounds like the most terrible idea in the world. A lot of people are still talking about buying it or setting orders a little bit lower. More power to you, but we saw Luna go to zero. We saw FTT go to zero, basically. So I'm not touching Sol at all, other than maybe some shorts, which, are maybe gone now. I don't know. But again, if you short with a tight stop loss, at some point you're probably going to be right. Here's low time frames. If this breaks down, highest volume on the chart. If that breaks down, likely to go lower somewhere down here. So that would be maybe a good momentum play there. Okay. KNC update. Okay, KNC update. Where's KNC at? I think I have it up here somewhere. KNC, low time frames aren't looking so hot. I mean, everything's following. KNC just looks weak, you guys. I mean, that's not good. I wouldn't short it on a daily time frame unless it breaks below here. So a breakout candle. If I was going to swing short it, I would wait. A little breakdown here, and then I would get a swing short, and likely it's going to break new lows. Or at least retest these lows. And if it retests the lows, that's probably where I would close. Or if it has a strong reaction at that wick. So I'd need to see it break below 58.5 for me to get into a swing short on that. All right, let's see. So yeah, keep asking questions, you guys. Hey, Barry. So let's see. Barry, I already answered your question. Textbook Morningstar. Yeah, Michael, that was a textbook Morningstar on CFMS. So that was a beautiful opportunity to make, a nice quick 30%er. So yeah, I hope you guys, I love showing examples like that because that was picture perfect. Ape. Ooh, what is going on with Ape, you guys? This could be a good short opportunity potentially. Now, see, you definitely don't want to short boring markets because they tend to pop up and trap people. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Okay, so from a 4-hour perspective, your best short opportunity is going to be right here. For now, this looks like it's probably going to drop a little bit. Like, you could probably hop into a short here and make a few bucks. But if it breaks down here, very likely to go to new lows. Very, very likely. And I actually made a video on this in my BitGet series that you can watch. And yeah, so check that out. It's in my BitGet series. It talks about identifying FOMO scam pumps in a bear market. I'm trying to find it here. Let's see. I'm going to give you guys the title. It's a really good video. You can make a lot of money doing these setups. And actually, we've had a lot of these setups. It's called Identifying Scam Pumps in a Bear Market. And that's in my BitGet series. And somebody was asking about RSI earlier. That's where my RSI video is at too. It says why RSI divergence suck. So those are the two videos. I don't know if you guys can see that because I don't have my screen mirroring thing on. But yeah. So check those out. Both good videos. All right, let's do. I want to give away $500, or I'm giving away $500 in trading bonuses today. So I'll do the first $100 giveaway soon. Let's see. So make sure you guys keep commenting. Make sure you keep asking questions. But anyway, so let's go down lower on Ape. So let's go to the 1-hour chart. Okay, so Ape 1-hour chart, high volume here, right? So this is a very key level here as well. So if I'm going to short here on a 30-minute time frame, I want to see a breakdown of like 312. Okay, let's go to 30-minute, kind of just sideways, some doji's. Maybe we're going to build a tower top here. Look at this high rejection volume here. Mega rejection volume. That's not a good sign, but it's holding up pretty strong right now. So what could happen here is it gets one more little pop, and we get some bearish divergence with our indicators, and then it sells off. That's looking like that might be what's going to happen here. We have a sell approaching alert on Top BinX too on the 1 minute. So I would not be surprised if this either sells off from here or makes one more little high and then sells off. So I would be looking for, like, if it breaks up here and it has like a bearish engulfing candle, that's what I would want to short. Here, it's kind of tough to get into a short at this level unless you're just trying to guess a top. And if you just get in a short here, you're basically just going to, like, you would just get in a short, and if it goes up at all, you would just have to close. So it'd be like more of a momentum short with a really tight stop loss, and you'd just be hoping that this rejects here. So yeah, that's how I look at that. It looks like CHG is actually breaking out a little bit. So we never really got our short breakdown there. Like I said, it's probably going to retest the highs here. So it might retest the highs here. I assume that it's probably done. I assume that Ape probably pulls back soon because these just look overextended. And when you're in these bearish conditions, anything that's overextended has been selling off at some point, right? Even if it's just a little quick sell-off and it goes back to 308 or something. So how to do a short. I actually have a video. All right, Aaron, send me your user ID on BingX, and I'll give you a trading bonus. But I do have a video on YouTube. It's literally called How to Short Like Gooner, and it's in my Prime XBT series. So make sure you guys check that out. But Aaron, if you send me your BingX user ID, I'll send you I'll get you a $100 trading bonus sent over there so you can practice. Ape double bottom. Where's our? I don't see a double bottom anywhere on Ape. It was just a nice trend breakout. Like, you got your first trend breakout and then your second. This is actually maybe like a fork breakout. But this is where I would have probably looked to get into some longs on the retest. Hold on one second. I got a message from daycare. I was just making sure it wasn't anything important. Oh. My son had pears for a snack. Exciting. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, this is Ape, you guys, I mean, we're close. It either rejects here or it goes a little bit higher and rejects. That's my 2 cents. So you could start building a small short if you want. You could wait for a breakdown. I mean, it could definitely just take off and moon from here. It's a very strong 4H candle, which makes it slightly risky to short. But I feel like by the end of the day, we're going to see Ape and CHZ just a little bit lower than they are now. So that's my 2 cents on those. You guys, did you guys see this? So if you accidentally click on symbol here and mess up your watch list, you can hit this little arrow here and bam, it goes back to where it was. So I just learned that. Big tip. So if you actually click on that, it reorganizes my watch list. I can click this little arrow here and bam. Like, I think TradingView fixed this just for me because I complained all the time. So yeah, we're seeing Ape maybe. So here is potentially a lower high on Ape as well, right? Potentially a lower high here. We're rejecting at resistance. We've got some strong wickage here. So one potential setup here, if this starts to sell off, would be something like this. And we'd probably look like maybe even like a potential double top type scenario. If that's a double top, we would say, yeah, that'd be about our target. So if it starts to sell off, it's kind of iffy right now, you guys. I mean, Top Gun X momentum is dropping, so that's a good sign. So I feel like it might not get that extra high. But what I would probably do here is if I was trading this, I'd probably just enter a small short here. If I get stopped out, I'd look to probably just double down and do a little bit larger size up on the next one if I got that like bearish engulfing candle or something. So trading education group is great. Hard to keep up with all the great info. Yeah, I'm glad you guys are liking trading education. That's awesome. Yeah, Aaron, go make a BingX account. Send me your user ID. Who else's questions did I answer today? Let's go, Aaron. Congrats. What happened to Aaron? Oh, Aaron's the one I was giving the user ID, the trading thing to. Trading breakouts, how concerned are you with horizontal? With trend breakouts, how concerned am I with horizontal? So that's a good question. Let's just go to the DXY. And actually go ahead and Jared, send me your user ID as well. I will get you a $100 bonus on BingX as well for asking a question. So here is trend breakdowns and horizontal resistance. I mean, you could basically see it here. This would be your horizontal, and it rejected horizontal. So a lot of times, like let's go to the weekly so I can get you a better example. So the weekly, the diagonal is way the hell up here, right? Like if this is going to retest, it's going to retest way up here. That doesn't make much sense to me. It doesn't seem very logical. So more so, I would do like a horizontal resistance here and expect if it's going to bounce, probably reject somewhere right here and then goes lower. So that's how I see that. Yeah, so that is why horizontals come into play, and a lot of people don't even like diagonal trend lines because they don't use them properly. So I feel like I use them very well, and I've been using them for a long time. So but it definitely takes some work. So all right, I'm writing these down so I can all right. Okay, so I'll get your user ID sent over for. Can you only trade crypto on BingX? No, you can actually trade like stocks and commodities too on BingX, and I think even do Forex too. Trying to find a good stock trading account. Yeah, I mean BingX, you can trade stocks, Forex, commodities, things like that. So Ashley, why don't you send me over your user ID and I'll get you a $100 bonus so you can try out the exchange. If you go make an account quick. I know Aaron's making an account right now. So, all right, you guys. I got a few more minutes, and we'll look at some more charts. Let's see if Ape is actually going to reject here. A lot of upper wicks. Here. And it looks like it's just hanging by a thread. High sell volume here. I would say that I would wait for this to break down. If that breaks down, it probably gets that momentum drop that we'd be looking for. CHZ retesting the highs, kind of like we talked about, okay? Because it just we weren't seeing any follow-through momentum. So where'd that momentum go? To the upside. And now it's trying to put in a potential lower high, kind of like Ape was. Okay, and this is why risk to reward is so important. If I shorted CHZ down here and got stopped out, well, I could try again up here. And my rule for me is 2 trades and I'm done. So if I try here and I get stopped out, then I try here, I'm done. Okay? If I try here and it makes another high and I want to find another setup, then I would be done if it broke up again. Because the problem is a lot of people try, like, they try to short here. And they try to short here. And then it goes up a little bit and they try to short here. And they're like, oh, I'm in profit. Oh, okay. And then it goes up again. They close. They try to short here and they try to short. Like, they're just shorting too much. Like, a couple times. Doesn't work out. I'm done. Ooh, World Cup kicks off in 48 hours, you guys. All right, I got you, Ashley. 103,478. 6-3. And I still have more $100 giveaways on Twitter, you guys, too. I still have 2 more $100 trade. I have $100 Bitcoin giveaway going on Twitter every day for the next 2 weeks. And then I have I still have $300 or $200 to give away here in trading bonuses. I haven't seen Erin send over her user ID yet either, or his or her. Erin's like a what's the word? What's the word? Multisexual name? I don't know what the word is, but it could be for male or female, right? So it's always, you never know. You never know. Looks like Ape is going to try to break up here. So it might be doing this breakout here, and it might go for that one more high I talked about. So we haven't really seen any true short confirmation just yet. So it might go for that one more high, which kind of makes sense because the 4 hour is so strong that a lot of people are going to see this strong 4H candle go, oh, I got to buy. That's a strong candle. So no clear rejection just yet. But I would say that more likely than not, next pop, it's going to have some kind of bearish engulfing candle and then drop down. So if you're looking for that, you might get a really nice momentum play on some bearish divergence here. All right, let's see. For stop loss, you wait for candle close or just a touch of that level. What happens if price rips before the candle close? That's a really good question, ALX. Make sure you send me your user ID too. I'll get you a bonus. That's a really good question. I see Aaron Queen posted their bonus here. 1034, 8165, 8165. Their user ID. Okay, so I got you a bonus, Aaron. I'm going to send them over to the team, and then they'll put the bonuses in your account. So it could take like 24 to 48 hours to get that bonus. But so keep an eye on that. So yeah, ALX, post your user ID below too. That's a really good question. So for so some people put stop losses like manually, and some people put them like a hard stop loss. So for me, I call it either a hard stop loss or a manual stop loss. And basically, if I'm using a manual stop loss, I'm going to wait for a candle close on the opposite side of wherever, right? So like, I wonder if I can find a good example here. Let's see. See if I can find a good example. I don't know if I'm going to find a good example right here. I'm pretty sure I have some YouTube videos on it. But anyway, yeah, so like, let me see. Maybe there's one on Apple. I could probably find a good example here. Let's see. Okay, here's a decent example. So let's say I enter a short here on Apple. No, that's not a really good example. Sorry. I'm trying to find. Okay, here's a good one. Kind of good one. God, I want to find a better example for a trade that I would take, for like an actual trade I would take, and not just like for the video. Let's see. Well, here's one. Like, let's say I shorted this, right? This is a rejection candle. Okay, so let's just say I shorted this, and my invalidation is just above this. So yeah, I would wait until that candle closes, and that candle closed, so I'd probably close my short as soon as this drops here. That's how I would do that. Like if I was doing a trade like this, and it also depends on my size. Like if I use a full large size position and I get in right here and it drops, I'm probably putting a stop loss either at break even or close to break even once it starts to drop, okay? Because I don't want to see momentum go back against me. So I'm most likely going to use, like, at this point, I'm going to be a manual stop loss. Like if I enter a short right here, I'm entering it in the market, and I'm going to exit. Did I get Jared's? Wait. Who else? Who all did I ask for their user ID? I think I already got yours, Jared, didn't I? Nope. All right. 8849071. Okay, I'm just waiting on ALX. I think I got all my bonuses out then. I'm just waiting on ALX's, which I don't see it posted here. Okay. Anyway, so I'm going to enter market here, and if it goes straight against me, I'm probably just going to mark it out. If it just goes straight up against me, I would probably just mark it out. But it starts to drop here. At that point, I'm going to say, okay, I need this momentum to continue. Otherwise, this is actually kind of a bullish breakout anyway, and it could go higher. So I'm going to either put a hard stop loss, like really tight here, or at break even, or maybe even into profit. Okay? And there's different scenarios when I'm scalping. Like, it's always ever changing. But a lot of times, especially on like mid time frames, oh, see, there goes Ape up. Ape is popping. Now you could potentially look for a short opportunity. And so a short opportunity here would be a breakdown right here of 320. So if this broke down, that would give me a decent short opportunity, and I would likely see at least like, 310. But I can't just knife catch here and short up here. That makes no sense. But now we're getting to where we could see it. Like, look at this declining volume with price rising. Okay? So we could potentially be getting to a short opportunity, but we don't have a short opportunity yet. Okay, so what you do is you basically just, like, look, see, if this 3H candle turns into 3-minute candle turns into a high upper wick, that's probably a fake out. Okay? But the point here is, if I would have kept trying to short this and short this, if you short every bounce up here, you basically give up, or you've lost like half your account or whatever, right? Like, you've lost too much money. So now we just wait for that confirmation. All right, so we just need to break down here. That would give me my confirmation. And then if a candle closed back up here, 2 candle closes back above here, I would just close. And that would probably be a manual. But also, I don't I don't go ape crazy into these and take like huge, gigantic positions. Okay, and this could turn into a nice evening star, which would make a little bit of confirmation. All right, Alex, I got your user ID. So I got all my user IDs for the giveaway, you guys. I'll try to get more bonuses for next week too, okay? They only give them to me like once a month or something. But I'll try to get them next week too. Screw it. I'll try to get them every week for the rest of this year if they'll let me, because I love doing giveaways and it doesn't hurt me any, right? It's not my money that I'm giving away. No, I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm giving away my money for the Bitcoin giveaways, but for this, it's just trading bonuses for the exchange. So like, I try to get as many as I can for you guys. The exchange likes me, so they hook me up sometimes for you guys. So anyway, so look what we're seeing here, you guys. Now we're starting to see that rejection. Now we have this high volume FOMO candle here. If it breaks down, this becomes a very high FOMO candle. Likely you would see a very quick drop here. Bam, bam, whoo. Like, it would usually be a pretty quick sell off here. So if I enter short here on a breakdown, excuse me, then I basically just want to see momentum carry to the next support. And you can see that this would give me a nice diagonal breakdown too. And usually you go to about the origin. So I would be looking at, this would be the support zone I would be looking for it to drop to, okay, if it breaks down. And right now, it's not looking promising. Look at that 15-minute stop hunt, okay? So that's why you're patient. You wait for clear, defined setups. And now we just want to see this break down. We just want to see it break down. Now, could I potentially just short this as an evening star? I could, okay? But I won't win my win rate won't be as high if I do that. Okay, it's a decent R to R. It could still pop, wick me out, and then go lower. Okay, so decent R to R. My confidence and my win rate is going to increase if I wait for this breakdown, for this close below here. Okay, then I can put my stop loss pretty tight usually, but we'll just say it's there, and then bam, and I'm getting in like what, like a 0.2% lower. Like, it's okay. I can wait. Okay. So again, I'm waiting. I would be waiting for a candle close here. I kind of like when we have like actual setups show up on my live stream. So we'll watch this setup and then I'm going to take off for the day. So hopefully you guys are learning something from this. We're seeing some more sell volume come in. Look, Top Goon X is still bearish. Okay. Top Goon X is still bearish. And actually we have this sell candle here. And look at this. So Top Goonex says sell approaching right here, sell the bounce. Okay. And the 1.337 fib, kind of like we talked about earlier, is the bull trap fib. So technically, I could have tried to sneak a short here based on Top Goonex Fibonacci levels. I wish I would have drawn this sooner. That would have been really fun. So what Top Goonex says is that if we break, and this is kind of cluttered chart, you guys, I'm sorry. But what Top Goonex rules say is if we break above the 0.786 fib, we'll go to the 1.337. So technically, that becomes a long setup. And we closed above right here. So I technically could have gone a quick long for a 1% gain on that, okay? But now we've rejected at the bull trap fib, which is amazing. Top Goonex, you're a beautiful, sexy beast. And now we're losing the 0.786 fib. We're starting to get that confidence to short here. We're very close. Okay, we're retesting the diagonal now. We're about to close below this line here. Okay, that's our breakout. Look at all that high volume breakout. And so now this is where anybody that FOMO'd up here is going to start getting scared. And if this starts to drop, they're all going to sell. They're all going to panic sell. Price is going to go lower pretty quickly. Okay, we did get one close below. We don't have any higher time frame closes yet. Like a 3-minute close below here would be great. But basically this looks like it's set to drop here as we're talking about it. And now you want to see momentum carry lower. So if you got in a short here, you just want to see it start to drop. And yeah. Everything is pumping, Gooner. Okay, I'm sorry. This isn't pumping anymore. I mean, nothing's really pumping, is it? Is it really? So CHZ is kind of putting in our lower high here, okay, or a double top. And so if you want to wait for CHZ short, you literally short the double top here. Let's get rid of all this crap. This is ugly. So bam, bam. We'll look at ape here in a second. Here would be your target. Okay, you go from top to bottom. Bam. So if it breaks down from here, then it's going to go lower. And like I said, pretty confident that ape, one more bounce was going to be it. And look at that. Look at that nice 15-minute rejection. And pretty confident that CHG was going to reject too here soon. So, and you're getting a bullish and bearish engulfing candle here on CHZ. Ape is starting to show that downwards momentum. OBV's looking weak. Remember, Top Goonex still showed bearish momentum or bearish divergence. So Top Goonex momentum dropping while price is going up. And you can see how that's playing out. And that sell alert, actually, that fib level played absolutely perfect. So really nice. If you got into a short here, you should be sitting in profit. Remember, this was our breakdown here. Let me clear this up a little bit. Because we really only need one line here. That was our close below. That was our confirmation. And now we just want to see price. If it goes back above, I could just close at break even, right? If I got in here and it goes back above here, I'm just closing at about break even. It's very minimal risk now at this point. And now I want to see the 5-minute lose this breakout. Okay, and I talked about OBV bear div earlier, and we don't actually have the bearish divergence, but we have a strong rejection here. We do have the bearish divergence on 15-minute, which is great confirmation. So look at that double top on OBV with price going way higher. So that's actually pretty nice. Yeah. So this is looking good. We got the 3-minute close below here. We want to see a 5-minute close below now. So we're just going time frame by time frame by time frame. This 15-minute rejection like this would very likely send us lower. So yeah, that's what we're seeing, guys. I'm glad I closed my Apple short before stream because it's up for my entry now. Yeah, so look, we're starting to get that downside, and I'm enjoying watching this with you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying watching this with me. Look at us friends just over here watching things on charts, just charting the charts. We don't let the charts chart us. We chart the charts. Like no volume. We really want to see some volume come in though. So, but yeah, we're dropping. We're dropping. We are dropping. Shorts should be up a few percent now. If you got into a short, look at this 5-minute, the 15-minute candle that'd be awesome if it just engulfs that whole body. And we're just, I'm sailing away. Sold all my NFTs for some Burger King. 'Cause I've got to eat. Gotta eat whatever I can afford to eat. All right, that's all you guys get from me today. Yeah, friends shorting ape. We're just friends aping into ape shorts together. I mean, this is just beautiful. It could, and the key here, you guys, expect the trade to go against you. Just expect that it's just going to go, right? You just got to expect it. It's not going to happen, but you got to expect it. It could happen. And that's what I tell myself in any trade that I'm in. And because that way I'm looking for the other side of things. But this is just straight nuking. They're just monkeys throwing poo. There's just... Oh, wrong button. Let's see. Sailing over corn from the emergency. You missed an amazing short setup live. Let's see. I don't care. I can miss a short. See, now it's going against us. We're screwed. Run, sell, sell, sell. Look at the 30 minutes rejecting hard. 1H is rejecting. So this should at least go to 314 support area. We're getting that rejection. I mean, this is playing out exactly as I thought it was. So that's always cool because it doesn't always happen like that. Oh, late buyers. Oh, got him. Why is this so funny? Look at that huge turd. What is going on? Why is this so funny? Like, just smack. Oh, that's how I picture anybody that FOMO longed. It just got shit. Oh, this is like, this picture, it just fits perfectly here. Pooh. We're going to move to back, so it's always there. Send to back. I do got to go soon, but I'm enjoying watching this with you guys. So we'll chill here. We'll watch the nukage. Oh my God. Is that, did she already get hit with a turd? Is that the second turd? Like, she already got pegged, and he's like, oh, it's coming in. Had Taco Bell last night. I got unlimited ammo. Look at this. We're dropping. Everything's looking great, you guys. So, you know, momentum's stalling a little bit. So if you really feel the need to close a little bit of your short, you could. But look here. OBV's looking like poo. Look, double top on OBV here. Top Goon X is just falling off a cliff. That momentum, like, Top Goon X is amazing, you guys. Like, it's so amazing. I know it's my own indicator, but it's awesome. Because, like, you just don't really short when it's down below. Like, look, the last time it was down below, the momentum was down here. Like, you just don't short when it's down here. Okay? And now when it's up here, you just don't long. Like, it's maxed out, you don't long. So, pretty straightforward stuff there. How much is the bonus? Do I need to have any money on BingX? No, you don't have to have any money on BingX to trade the bonus. You'll get a $100 bonus if I send one out to you. How much money am I making on this short? I didn't take a very big position, you guys. I'm only up a couple $100. I took a small one. We're not going to degen on stream, okay? Yeah, it's been a really, really sweet week. I don't need to take any, like, I feel like as the week goes on, if I had a really good week, I kind of like tone it down and I go small. If it's been kind of like an iffy week, sometimes I'll just keep like going. But like if I have a really good start to the week, the last thing I want to do is get back heavy profits. So I just go tiny. Like I just start going small. Like today, I took a very small Apple short, and that was literally it. And I made like $150 on it. And then I had that CFMS long that position that I was up like 30% from like earlier from last week, and then adding yesterday, close that out. So I have no stock positions open. This is gonna be my last trade for the day, and if it doesn't work out, I don't really care. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably risk $100 on this trade if it doesn't work out, and if it works out, I'll probably make like $400 or $500. So I'm not doing anything crazy. Yeah. Let's see. Good to see you on stream. Come on, you Gunners. You. Top of the table, baby. Will USA make it out of the group? I'm kind of nervous. I don't know if USA is going to make it out of the group, you guys. I'm not going to lie. When I do my pick 'em, I probably don't have them coming out of the group, but I might just add them just because I don't want to root against them. And just because I don't want to pick against them, but I'm nervous. I don't think we're going to be able to score goals, USA. So, can I talk more about the macro and how I got into the shorting mindset? Well, I don't have time for that today, but I mean, Bitcoin went bearish like way back here. Bitcoin went bearish basically on this breakdown right here. That's where we really got like our full bearish confirmation. I sold like 64K. So, and I did that publicly on Twitter. But look at this bearish engulfing candle, right, on the weekly. So that was like first key, and this second key. But also, BinX also told us to sell the bounce at the 1.337 bull trap Fibonacci level. And you can see here, bull trap Fibonacci level, 1.337. Okay? Like, perfect. All right, so that was the top. And then once we go below the 0.786, like we're seeing on Ape, we're breaking down. So BinX rules are amazing. Okay, I follow BinX rules like religiously, and they're always, if the rules invalidate, then you know where price is going, and if the rules hold, then you know where price is going. It's like people ask what the win percentage on BinX is. I'm like, there's no win percentage because it has invalidations built in. So if it says short and it breaks above the short level, then you know you're invalidated and it's going to go higher. If it breaks, if it rejects at the short level, you know it's going to go lower, like it said. So even if it's wrong, it still gives you really good intel into the market. So Ape here, this basically, if you're an Ape short, all right, not financial advice, this is where I would put my stop loss. Oh, baby. We're going to make so many monies. I need to make this money for my giveaway later because I got to give away another $100 on Twitter today. So, yeah. Come to Papa. Come to me. Come to me. Drop. Just die. You know you want to. You have nothing to live for. But if it did break up here, that'd actually be like a little deviation. It would probably bounce a little bit. So at this point, like, just shave a little profit. You can hold on to it. I got a small position. I'm only up a couple $100, so I'm okay just holding on to this for a minute. But we are seeing it actually breaking down, like it's losing the EMA support. We're seeing OBV breaking down hard. This is a really good sign that momentum has changed here. So even if it does bounce a little bit, it should go lower here. But again, sometimes these strong trends, they kind of bounce a little bit more than you want them to. So kind of do what you guys want with this. You all should be in profit. If you shorted, you could put your stop loss at break even. That's probably what I would go for at this point. It was just a stop loss at break even. If I went big, I would probably take a little profit when momentum stalls because this is kind of a more purely a momentum trade. But you see, I mean, we're below, like we're breaking down. We're getting poop thrown everywhere. So, but again, it could break up. We always have to assume that we're wrong and that the market wants to do something, and people like to FOMO into pumps. So sometimes pumps can go a little bit higher than we ever think. But we caught a really nice low time for a momentum trade, if anything. We got our entry here, and we got a 1.some% move, but we're seeing this nice rejection here. We would love to see this hold as a resistance, which it is so far. Let's go down to the 1 second chart and make sure it's dumping. So that's a nice rejection. So technically, if your stop loss was at break even, you probably just move it here now, lock in a little bit of profit. Really just want to see this go down. What time is it? 10:30. Yeah, so we've got 15-minute close coming up, which the last 15-minute close was basically a bearish engulfing candle, if you can see it through the monkey shit. 15-minute bearish engulfing candle. So, I mean, it's likely that we're going to go lower here. This would be perfect to see this momentum drop here. That's what I love to see. So, let's see if it keeps doing exactly what I think it's going to do, because I'm really good at this. I'm just kidding, you guys. This guy makes trading look real fun. Oh yeah, trading is so much fun. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's a pain in the ass. If you just don't go too big, if you seriously guys, if you don't take too big of positions and degen, then it's way more fun. If you're taking huge positions, then it kind of sucks because you're just stressed all the time. So personally, I'm probably just gonna close my short here because I'm bored. Yeah, I'm up 12%. That's okay. I'm gonna close because I really just want to go play some FIFA. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna post this monkey chart on Twitter though, because it's funny. So yeah, thanks for joining my live stream, you guys. If you got a $100 trading bonus, it'll be in your account in the next day or two. Would like TGX to implement these pictures. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. So all in all, you guys, this should continue a little bit lower. My target would be 310 to 312-ish, 314-ish area, somewhere in here. It did front run us slightly. But this would be my final target for this drop. But again, manage your risk appropriately, you know, yada, yada. So hopefully it drops. We're seeing some breakdowns. 15 minutes still looks ugly. 1 hour looks a little ugly. There's still a while till close. If the 1H closes here, it probably bounces up and retests like 318. But it's kind of just slow. There's no momentum now, and when the momentum dies, I just get out. So that's me personally. Still a nice little trade. Like I said, 12% on that position, so not terrible. Could draw again. This is where I would put my stop loss if I was trailing a stop loss. Okay, right above that wick. Maybe wait for a close above in case they do a double wiki wick. Okay, but yeah, I mean, sometime at some point, this probably goes to where the monkey is laying. So yeah, thanks for joining, you guys. Appreciate you all. What? Did somebody just join? He said, "What the fuck is this?" Imagine just joining my live stream and being like, "What is going on?" Yeah, so this should drop here, you guys. Let's like TopGoonX. Oh, so here's the other thing too: is TopGoonX went through the middle zone, and every time it goes through the middle zone, you get a little counter trend bounce, which is annoying. But it's now below, so likely to continue lower, and that's another reason why I love TopGoonX because, you know, it shows you that this is still in a heavy downtrend. If this started to build a little sideways momentum here, then I would definitely close. But likely it's going to drop at least one more drop. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining. You all rock. Have a good weekend. I'll send those user ID bonuses, those user IDs over to the team for those bonuses for those that participated. Join me next week for another live stream so I can do more giveaways. Hopefully, I'll try to get the team to let me do more giveaways. And yeah, $100 giveaway on $100 Bitcoin giveaway on my channel or on my Twitter. I'll probably post that in a little bit. So yeah, catch you guys later. Have a good weekend. And how do I log out? Oh, here we go. I can do more giveaways. Hopefully, I'll try to get the team to let me do more giveaways. And yeah, $100 giveaway on $100 Bitcoin giveaway on my channel